Hi traders, this is the Dow on a daily chart. Got to move to the upside and the downside on this. If we look at the 5-minute chart, you can see we've headed right into this resistance. We've got a gap fill up there at 16,590. That's the gap on this IG chart from the December 31st close. So whereas I was looking to fill a gap on the downside, at the moment we look as if we are going to fill a gap on the upside. If you look at the 60-minute chart, you can see where that gap is on the downside. So on Sunday we gapped up to 60,364 and pushed higher, pushed into that area there. And so on the 5-minute chart, I took this long at the open based on that support level there. And then once it got up there, I shorted it. I shorted that reversal bar and took it down to this level of support. I was intending to just hold on to it, but I realised that I judged from experience that it wasn't a seller's day, and in fact, we had a little wedge breakout into the close. So I decided to take what I had for the upside and the downside, and then just bank that. Okay, so let's look at where we are on the daily chart again. This is a pullback to that support, which is 450. I don't think I'm not sure we'll see 450. That looks as if that could just barely pull back to 500. 480 to 500 is probably more realistic for pullback, assuming it holds up. So look at the Nasdaq, because that was lagging. That's had a nice pop. So that that support down there was snapped up, and that's the best day the Nasdaq's had for a long time. Since the 7th of Feb. The S&Ps, a new all-time high on the S&Ps. Wow. So that's incredible. So that bodes well for the Dow and the Nasdaq. This is sorry, just changing the subject slightly. This is gold, still lower. So that 1265, 1250 area is what I'm looking for in gold. I didn't intend to switch. I accidentally clicked on that gold. And the Nikkei closed well. I also took some money out of the FTSE market today. I bought about 612, I think 6612. I took it off at 6650. That's now pulled back at 6640 to see if we can go to 6700. The German DAX, we had the best unemployment rate since 1989, I think it was, since unification. Nikkei we've done. Right, Forex. Let's look at the dollar pairs first. Excuse me. That is actually a reversal signal. A new high in this little run, close below. And having said that, we're consolidating with the 8 and 21 just below it. It's just underneath these lows. So, excuse me, my inclination is to leave that and look for a better chart. Euro is just above all the moving average except the daily 8. I'm always suspicious of charts that can't close above the daily 8. But that's a good couple of buyers bars there, so looking good. Yen pairs. The pound yen was actually relatively difficult to trade until it was certainly in the Euro session, but in the US session we dipped to Asian support. I've got Asian support marked off at 171.80, dipped underneath it, and ran up, and the euro yen, one of those days where it just crept up very, very slowly. We started to get bought in the euro session at 142.35, and we finished 65 points higher after a long, slow grind. So we are capped under that trend line at the moment, but I would keep buying pullbacks until they stop working. So 260 tomorrow is the pullback in the euro yen, and 172.100, 172.10 is a pullback in that one. Though you notice we are very high RSI on that, so be warned. Aussie US at the moment is fairly stationary, which means the euro Aussie, that's a stopping bar on the 200 and a close above. We have not closed above the 80 MA. We're not, so we are in no man's land to some extent. That could just rotate down to the downtrend, and the same could be said of the pound Aussie. However, that is a hammer-like bar, so if we break that high tomorrow, 180.20 area, that could start to retrace back to 183. Okay, commodities, oil, they just pulled the plug on oil today. We've got events today. I started buying this at the 100 mark, built a small little buffer, moved my stop up, only to get stopped out. If you look at a 5-minute chart, we hesitated for quite a while at the 100 mark, as you'd expect. I do like big round numbers. So I got as far as a measly 114, and then it just rotated back to the downtrend. It's tough to trade because it looks low RSI, looks if it's holding, looks if it's building, but unless you if you short and you stayed short, then you were quids in. You didn't actually need to give it that much room, really. You only needed a 25-point space above it to capture the rest of the downtrend. So commodities have not had a good week so far. Because if you now look at the daily on this, that looks pretty weak. I thought we would hold 100. I fully expected that to retest the 8 and the 21, but we've just closed. The only moving average you've got underneath us now is the 200. So that looks as if that has had it for the moment. Wheat is coming down. My target buy area is 675 on the wheat. The corn, I'm going to leave, and the beans are still doing really well. So that's that. Alright, I will, stocks I like are Google on a pullback, Adobe, ADBE, Drive River, I think it's called, DRIV, Taser on a pullback, and Tesla, TSLA. Alright, see you at the next update.